Hey everybody, welcome to the Rides or Die podcast with Stephen M. Lowisz. This is episode 35, Gamify Your Life. So, as anyone knows that's been following this podcast for a while, I haven't been the most consistent at actually doing the dang podcast. It's supposed to be daily, and for a while there, it was like every 2 days, every 3 days. It was pretty crappy. I wasn't following through on my commitment. And this is a common trend that really has taken place in my life for a while. I have these big, lofty goals and dreams and aspirations, but there wasn't any real sort of commitment behind it. And I think that's where a lot of people are at. And I've explained this before, but the difference between a goal and a target is putting an expiration date on it, putting a requirement on it. Meaning a goal is just like, it's essentially a nice dream that's never going to happen. A target is a goal with a timeline, saying it's going to happen by this time. Oh, and here are the action steps to actually accomplish it. That is a target. That's what I try to really focus on in my life, creating targets that are meaningful and specific, and get me what I want in the long term, not the short term. While in the long term, I really want to help people when it comes to entrepreneurship, so they know what they're getting into. They see the highs, the lows, the good, the bad, the ugly of entrepreneurship, while balancing family with fitness, with faith in God and everything else. And through Wake Up Warrior, and I've mentioned this program before, I'm licensed to use all their stuff. Through Wake Up Warrior, I learned the process of gamifying your life, turning life into one giant game. And it's radically changed my life. For example, with this podcast, every single day, let me explain this. You get half a point for each of the core four. The core four is body, being, balance, and business. Each area has two sub-points, if you will, and I'm not going to go into great depth. But under core four, so under body, there are 2 points. One is for fuel, one is for fitness. Basically, eating right, having in the Wake Up Warrior way, a green smoothie every day. It's not overcomplicating health. It's not overcomplicating healthy eating. It's just simply saying, hey, I had a green smoothie early in the morning. It's getting me off to a good start. Let's see where the day goes. The other half point is through fitness, actually breaking a sweat. Doesn't matter how you break a sweat, but you got to break a sweat every single day. Now, I do this across all 4 areas, body, being, balance, and business. The way that I actually got myself to start doing the podcast was by every single day, one of my half points comes from making a declaration into the marketplace. This isn't like some really profound breakthrough every single day in the marketplace. It's simply putting out content that I think could be valuable to someone else that's going through similar situations, will go through similar situations. It's just putting out something, a little bit of advice or a little bit of knowledge that I've been uncovering, because the other half point under business is learning new skill sets. So every single day I'm learning, every single day I'm teaching. That was a condensed version of gamifying the core 4. When it comes to declaration, guess what mine is? Doing a podcast every single day. When it came to writing notes for my wife, guess how I actually got myself to do it? By gamifying it. Every single day I have to write a little note to my wife, just letting her know that I love and appreciate her. Every single day I have to break a sweat. Every single day I have to actually sit down, read the Bible, pray, and meditate. And it's a point system. So I can look back at the end of the week and say, okay, I did 4 points a day. There's 8 half points, comes up to 4. There's 7 days. That means a perfect score is 28. Okay, I got a 28. I'm feeling awesome. Okay, I got a 16. No wonder I feel like garbage. And we can do this in any area. We can gamify any area of our life, and that's how I get so much more done in such a short time frame compared to many others. That's how I've launched multiple businesses in a very short amount of time. How I got to hire someone on my first day of actually being self-employed. It's because I move fast. I move fast because everything is gamified. Life is a game. Life is a game. You don't have to live life in scarcity. You just need to play it like it's a game. What am I going to do today to get ahead in this game? What am I going to do tomorrow to get ahead in this game? What are the 4 areas of my life that I need to really focus on? Body, being, balance, and business. Everything fits into those 4 categories. Everything important fits into those 4 categories. Where across body, being, balance, and business do you really need to gamify what you're doing? Is it just starting with body? Like, do you need to just count how many times you went to the gym and you have a target every single week? Okay, this week I'm going to do 5. I got a perfect score. Sweet. Next week I'm going to do 6. I got a perfect score. Sweet. Keep track of it. Keep track of it. Keep track of how many times you take your wife out on a date. Keep track of how many times you post on Facebook. Keep track of how many times you read the Bible. Literally keep track of everything. It can be a little annoying at first, I'm not going to lie, but once it becomes ingrained in you, it is a much better process, because then you look back and you say, well, I'm competitive, very competitive with myself even. I need to get a 28 every single week, which means I'm investing across body, being, balance, and business every single fucking day. No exception. And I do this all by 8 a.m. The earlier, the better. That way you're not chasing it. So by 8 a.m., I've already invested in body, being, balance, and business 2 ways for each of those. Now I'm ready to crush the day. Who do you think does better in a meeting? Me or the guy that woke up at 7:30, he's late for work, and he hasn't invested in anything. His marriage is going to shit, and his life is just falling apart. Who do you think's going to do better? Me or the guy who got some extra sleep? Me. Every single time. I will eat him for breakfast. So what I want to encourage you to do is start to look at how you can gamify your life. Life is a game. You need to play it that way. It's more fun when you look at it that way. You're not in scarcity mode all the time, which I've beat to death. You can pick scarcity or abundance, and it's really easy to be in abundance when everything is a game. You don't take yourself as seriously. You don't take crises as seriously. It's all just one big game. You need to play it like that. So across body, being, balance, and business, how are you going to start gamifying your life? Now, as I wrap up episode 35, as always, do someone a favor, share this podcast with someone that needs a little kick in the ass every day, just like you get from me. And then number 2, subscribe to some of our exclusive content at riseordiepodcast.com. I'll talk to you tomorrow for episode 36.